What a great day it was today in the markets, guys. The German DAX has been relentless to the short side. I'm going to show you what we were looking at this morning in our live trading room this first thing Monday morning. This is the 1 hour time frame of the DAX. We've had this big rally since Friday afternoon, and then Sunday evening we got this gap up in the market. So we gapped up Sunday and we rallied ever since. Now we came into this major area here. This is called a resistance area, often known as a double top. I like to look at it as a double top drop. Okay, so we get this resistance area here where we were this morning. You click on that here, and 6-7 o'clock this morning we're rallying straight into this double top area. Last time it sold off, it was a red ProTrad system at 24,500 all the way down to 24,250. A nice move, then another red sell off with tracks to the downside. So I was looking for potential short signals. However, there was an opportunity with so much bullishness around the stock markets that we could blow through this area and go and make new highs. So I was on a lookout here for getting ready to short this market. And then we turned red on the system after that. Okay, so after the double top, we started going red around the 8 o'clock mark. Now, we were shorting it way before that. Let's dive down to the smaller time frame, because even though the bigger time frame gives you the structure, the double top area where it sold off last time, we want to look for a precision entry on a smaller color red. Okay, so we're looking for shorts after the initial burst in the morning. Let's go down to the 5 minutes. So I was up early on Monday morning. This first initial buy signal here, I was up at about 5:30. We've got this nice buy signal. Spreads are a little bit wider in the morning session before 8 a.m. London time, but we pushed up really nicely here. It was like a 40-point move less the spreads. So I managed to take that for a nice profit. You know, there's not much volatility at 6:30 in the morning. Then we got red. Then I got a new buy signal where I got stopped out for just a little bit of a loss on this one. But you can see on this line here, there's that double top area. So all eyes on that area. And then suddenly we just rolled over and failed. Turned red on the ProTrad system. Tracks and PTS and Storyteller firing lower here. And then just red all day. All day long, guys. 150-point move. Another move, another move. Just looking for reds all day long. Not once was there buyers stepping in, making higher highs and higher lows. It was just sell-off. It was relentless. And in the afternoon live trading room session with the students, it was once again just selling off, just selling off. Big 100-point move to the downside here, which was really nice, just shy of 100 points. This is where we're sitting here in the live markets. Okay, so if we start turning red on the daily time frame, we could see the DAX have a bigger correction, I think, and we'll all be looking out for that tomorrow and Wednesday, because I think we're in for a cracking time in the markets. Let's have a little look at the euro dollar, because euro dollar is sitting on the brink of a really good move as well. So here's the daily chart of the euro dollar. And remember, we're always looking for signals on bigger time frames so we can go for big moves on smaller time frames. If we got the structure and the signals right on trends, if you understand what trends make up trends and higher highs and higher lows, we were looking for this red candlestick at some point. Now, we were long green originally here, and basically this is a break-even trade now. But look, we're getting the red. Okay, so we're making a lower high. And if we're using our wave counts, we could certainly see much lower prices in here, okay? ProTrad system set up 116.55 as an entry. We're looking for lower prices. However, we were already shorting this all day long. And all we were looking at was just reds, okay? So bigger time frame potential. We're shorting on red 1 hour time frames, and then we get the reds on the 5 minutes. Once again, no interest in buying the market, just purely red side short trades all the way down. Now, if you're using a 2-minute chart, we like to use a 2-minute chart and a 5-minute chart for entries. You know, you're going to get opportunities quite a lot of the time. So if you like day trading, you feel like, you know, that the dopamine is taking a hold of you, and you like those fast moves, then use 2 minute and 5 minute for entry. What's the point of not playing to your strengths? Play to your strengths. Play to what makes you a person. So if you are somebody searching for that fix in the morning, get on those smaller time frames. Use the bigger time frame for structure, colors, momentum, then dive down to the smaller time frame. So I like to look at the 2 and 5 minute time frame, and I'm getting in and out and getting in and out, day trading it to the downside today. And that's what we were all doing in the live trade, just looking for short. So there was another one in here. That's another 30-point move to the downside. What I don't want you to do, though, is overtrade. If you start overtrading, then you want to make sure you manage that. And especially revenge trading, you don't want to be doing that, guys. You want a solid process that you're going to be using every day. This is my process. I look at the bigger time frame for momentum moves, like there's the New Zealand Swissy setting up for alongside trades. There is oil that potentially could set up in this week. Crude oil, that is US NYMEX oil. Gold, not yet. And we're not actually trading it, but Bitcoin looks like it might be having a bit of a topping pattern. I like to be long Bitcoin. However, if you're a trader of Bitcoin, be careful, because it might be coming for a short-term top on that. And so we go to the bigger time frames, and all I'm looking for is structure and signals and colors and momentum. I never want to buy the highs of the storyteller, the peaking out, I call it. There was a video I done recently, stop buying too late, and that really does relate to the highs of the storyteller. I want to be buying when it's just firing off a small histogram signal. And if you look at the 1 hour on the euro dollar here, this is starting to peak out, guys. This is starting to get really low down, oversold, we call it, and any technical analysts will call it oversold. So we don't want to short down here, do we? We're running into a bit of support as well. We've already had the move back up here. The move now is starting to mature on this time frame. Now on the daily chart, it could just be starting. But on this degree, this time frame, we're starting to get now oversold. So it really is all about stop placement and stop distance. If I'm shorting this now and I've got I don't know, 15, 20 point stop loss, I'm going to get stopped out on the next rally back up. But if I'm going to put a stop 60 points away on the daily time frame above the highs, I probably won't get stopped out on that. So the stop placement all relates to the time frame you're trading, okay? And if I'm using a 5 minute to get in, I'll use a 5 minute stop. If I'm using a 60 minute to get in, I'll use a 60 minute stop based on the settings on the system with a 60 minute time frame. All right? So stop placements are crucial when you're trading the markets, of course, and I'm sure you've been stopped out of trades, and we all have, so I wouldn't worry about it too much unless it's a habit, and it's happening a lot. Your entries may not be at the right place, but today was fantastic, and I think we could be seeing a bit of a rally higher in the dollar and a correction in the euro that could last another couple of weeks. Okay, that's no advice at all, guys. We're just looking at that on a regular basis. We'll be looking at tonight, Monday night at Scan Club. All right, hope it helps. That was a fantastic trading day, this first day of the week. All right, getting to the end of the month. Fireworks are just around the corner.